Good day, beautiful humans. Michelle Lilas, and this is an aftercare video for those of you who get spirit release healing therapy. So the first thing I'm going to say is sovereign. After you've had this spirit release healing therapy that I provide you, you become sovereign or free of any attachments. That is what sovereign means to me and will mean to you. It's free. You have the right to be sovereign and free at all times. Within 48 hours, you will get a chart, picture of a chart taken or scanned, depending on where I am, and it will be sent back to you. It looks something like this, but there has been more added since. Okay? Since I've, as I go on, I add more things. I'm guided to add more things and clear other things. I now actually have a way to do it where I don't need to add all these things. So my chart will not change anymore. My chart will not change, and you will still be getting the full release of all negative energies. Let's talk about some of the things on the chart here. Things that my spirit team removed. I guide my spirit team where to go and who to remove these from. Things that are on you, these negative things. So entities or earthbounds are just basically spirit attachment. It's the soul or the consciousness of a deceased person. Some won't cross over, so they stick to the earthly plane rather than moving on. My spirit team helps them transition over to the other side. Having one of these stuck to you can cause, addictions if they had addictions, compulsive behaviors, intrusive thoughts, bad dreams, etc. Release of all soul contracts and release of all ancestral vows or any vows whatsoever. Soul contracts to people. These can go on through generations even. Those will be released by my spirit team. Ancestral vows. So the type of vows you can take, and these are through lineage. They don't necessarily, and regular vows that happen in this life that you can say like, I vow not to do whatever, right? So those vows, they're taken off. The ancestral vows, they're more for vows of like a nun would take a vow of obedience. Say you were promiscuous in the day, so you would take a vow of celibacy. There's a very popular one, a vow of revenge, heartbreak, suffering. Those things get cleared off you by my spirit team. I direct them to do that. Imposter guides, they're a little bit more difficult to deal with in their time consuming to get off, but they can and will be taken off if you do have them. They're guides that aren't, they're not your guides. They've taken over your guides and they're steering you in the wrong direction. That's what an imposter guides are. I don't deal with those so often, so not to worry. It's just I'm bringing it up because this is the aftercare, and also it's telling you what this is a guidance into what's on the report. So this is how I keep the cost low, is by having this video and as this and an aftercare video, so that we don't potentially have to communicate so much. It keeps the costs down. Negative portals and negative etheric portals. So a spiritual portal, where a negative one, there are positive ones as well. We don't take away the positive ones. The negative ones are, it's an energy, a portal, or a vortex. It's believed to have heightened spiritual energy. I believe it has that. I know in my reality it does. It has a connection to the spiritual realm, and it allows other negative things to travel as they please. So those are removed. The etheric one would be in your auric space, and then we sometimes find them other places around the house. I find them a lot on the stairs, actually. That's a big one. So negative quartz. There can be positive, but we rid of the negative ones. They're spiritual cords, or etheric cords. They have a connection between individuals and to places as well. They carry negative energy back and forth to whatever it's connected to. And so these are taken off by spirit team as well. So there's curses, hexes, voodoo, Indian medicine, all those types of things. Some are put on intentionally, but words are spells. So please watch your words. It took me a long time to learn how to, even though I knew to watch my words, but I do now. Very, very much so. Somebody talking so much shit or bad about somebody can put a curse on them. And I've done it. Before I was able to do this myself, I paid to have curses taken off people that I knew I had put on. Okay? So, curses, hexes, spells. Some are intentional and some are not intentional. But they're negative and they cause misfortune or suffering. Those are removed as well. Out-of-body experience. Now, you might have just had a near-death experience and that could happen, but it could be as what you may see as simple. What I used to see as simple was I would have a major blowout where I would scream and yell so badly that my soul would slip a little bit outside of my body. It could be as simple as that. And in the day, that was simple to me. It's not now. I wouldn't do that. I know better not to do that. So out-of-body experience. So that's, yeah. Let's see, other methods. They can be induced through various ways. Near-death, trauma, any trauma, really. Same goes for soul fragmentation. Abuse, being scared. You leave fragments of yourself wherever these are. You leave them to protect yourself. It's a protection that kind of happens. Kind of like I think like, a chameleon, or what kind of animal is that drops its tail to save its life type of deal. I can't remember. I'm not into lizards, but I believe it's a lizard. Kind of like that. So it's trauma, intense emotional experiences, really bad, crazy things. And I had quite a bit. When I got my first one done ever, and then I learned how to do it, so I didn't need to pay for it anymore. And it was very expensive where I got it done. My prices are very fair as well. I was 38% soul fragmented, and I've had I would have thought it was worse with the life that I had. But yeah, soul fragmentation. And, after this, and I'm glad I paid the money that I did. I'm not saying that it wasn't worth it. It was. If you find somebody else and you want to pay that money, that's fine. By all means, it was worth the money. I felt 10, 15 years younger the next day. It was one of the very big changes of my life that helped me be who I am today. And I am so very grateful that I am here doing this for other people and helping them, because it changed my world completely. So, sorry, a little teary-eyed right there. Also grounding issues. I found just recently a metal plate under a left foot, which was causing parasitic things to stick in the leg. So it can be as simple as a big plate or a little plate under your foot. You clear and help all grounding issues so that you can fully ground. That's what the grounding issues are for, or about. So when the grounding issues are fixed, you need to ground to have, a good sense of stability, balance, and connection to be able to process things better. So fixing the grounding is, a big thing in the spirit release healing therapy. Removal of envy or jealousy. A lot of people are sending jealousy. A lot of people are getting it and receiving it. We remove all of that. the chakras. My team does a basic clearance of it. It's not as in depth as my Reiki that is done, but it is a basic clearance, and it will help you feel much better after all this. Past life, parallel life, echoes, or past life addictions. And the spirit team rids of those as well. There's drugs, alcohol, sex, food, things like that. And then they clear the whole home, the property that you're on, whether you're renting or you own, or you're just, staying there, renting a room or sleeping on somebody's couch, wherever you may be, that whole property and all the pets, and it will be cleared. The pets are always cleared with this. My team also go in and they do a dive into your sacral and from, so not just your sacral, but your lower three chakras, root, sacral, and solar plexus. And they bring up some what I call shadow work for you to deal with once you're clear. Not a whole bunch, just enough. Everybody's an individual, so it depends on the individual. They bring up the shadow work to help you, move forward, because now you're clear, right? So yeah, that's basically what the chart is like. This is the the directions of what I do for the chart, so that you know what's happening when I do it. So these are the things my spirit team and I are guided to remove from you. That is the chart and all the things on the chart. There sometimes are more things, but as I said in the beginning, they're all removed. All negative things. I found a way around that to make sure all things negative are removed without having them on the chart, because I'm constantly adding and taking away, and it can get very frustrating. But those are the basics that you really need to worry about. So that is all the stuff that will be removed. Next, we're going to talk about how to keep yourself sovereign and free. So the first thing to help keep yourself sovereign is my free grounding, connecting, and protecting technique, which you will find on my Facebook page. It's better to go through my website if you're not already on my website. My YouTube page, it's connected to there, and the YouTube page doesn't have ads, so the Facebook does. So that's the best place to do that. And I highly suggest it. It connects to source. It connects to Mother Earth, even without you going outside. And you're surrounded with organite. Okay. I also have expanded my personal technique when I do it myself to make it not just organite, but I add organite, tektite, and moldavite around me as well. So there's also, an evolved talk about what you can add to my already free grounding, connecting, and protecting technique. This is free talk as well, and it is going to be on my website right away, underneath the free grounding and connecting and protecting technique. Now, I highly suggest that you do that. This is the major thing for you to do every day. So let's talk about caffeine and alcohol. Caffeine and alcohol will, quitting it will help you protect your aura and keep you sovereign and free. Caffeine, alcohol, weed. Drink a lot of water with intention, thanking your water. Another thing I have free in my free resources on my website, intentional healing with water. Exercise. If you can, get out and take a walk. Put your feet on the ground if there's not a bunch of snow there, or do for a few minutes only. Let's see. Water, salt water, bathing. I do that every night. I try to every night get an hour salt bath in. It really helps with stones in the bath. But some stones will not fare well in the bath. Like, there's selenite, so you might want to check in and Google that. if you want to add a stone, or you can just put it up on the edge of the bathtub for yourself. The thoughts you think, they have more power than you would ever think. Right? I do affirmations. So after my routine every morning is to get up and I just lay there and do my grounding and connecting and protecting technique. Then I do the rest of my day, the rest of my morning, but affirmations all together in the morning with my grounding and my affirmations takes me just about 30 minutes, but that's a whole lot shorter than when I first started this, trying to find different things to protect me, which took me almost 2 hours, a half hour of this one, a half hour of this one, a half hour. So I got upset. Yeah, I did. I got pretty upset. It's wasting my time. So I took them and made my own technique, and it works great, right? It works really good. I use it before I do any healing work whatsoever and any spiritual work to protect myself. I'm all about protecting yourself and keeping yourself sovereign. So there's some of the things you can do. And then, like I said, talk affirmations and talk nice. Try to train your thoughts to go to positive. I had to train my thoughts. None of this place that I am right now, this wasn't easy getting here. Okay. It was work. So it will be work, but you can do it. So the grounding technique, the water, the sea salt, the words, the affirmations. Find a few affirmations. They're all over the place. I have personal ones. I post them sometimes. If you are interested in my personal ones, then you can send me a message through merlinsnumerology@gmail.com or my Facebook Messenger, and I will send you my personal ones that I use. But they are everywhere, okay? What else? Crystals or stones in general. I keep some in my purse. I keep them in my bra. I wear them on my wrist, my fingers. Sometimes my ears, they're beside my bed. I have organite all over my house. I keep black tourmaline in my window. I keep selenite in my window. Organite, moldavite, tektite. I'm an extremist and I'm very hyper-focused, and I am addicted to my personal spiritual hygiene because I don't like feeling the feelings that I get when I'm not sovereign, when I'm not free, and there is something attached to me, or cords, or people are sending me negative energy. I know when people are sending to me, I feel it right now, and I know who is sending it to me, and I put a stop to it immediately. I don't send anything bad back. I take that in my heart, any negative energy that people are sending me, and I send it back with love. Now, what the universe does with it, and if it's their karma, that's up to them. I don't do that. But sending negative energy can result in karma, right? So, yeah, I really like to be sovereign and free. I don't want anything bad stuck on me. So I'm very hyper-focused on this. What else? So I listen to sound bowls, or not sound bowls anymore, but I started with sound bowls. Native American flute, handpan. That really works. Like I listen to it, it's always playing in my house. That music, it keeps out negative things. Wind chimes. I have wind chimes on my window, wind chimes at my door. Those noises, bells, they help keep things out. Some people keep, I used to, I don't anymore, bowls of salt around their house. I make black sea salt and sell it in my Spiritually Sassy store. I mix salt from the Dead Sea salt, with ash from my my sage and my Palo Santo and cedar and the pine. I mix it in my mortar and pestle, and I put my intention in it that it's going to protect, the space that wherever I put it. And I sell that as well in my store. You can make it yourself, or if you're local, you can buy it from me. I don't do any shipping and handling just yet. What else? Just a second. So smudging, did I not bring that up? Smudging, I smudge all the time. Meditation, I meditate all the time. Incense sticks, they work as well if that's what you like. Of course, drinking water, salt, stones, wearing protective stones, amulets. If you can't smudge, you can make your own smudge by, well, you would probably want to Google it. I don't have time to talk about it right now in this video, but you can make your own smudge, or you can buy it. It's pretty expensive. I made my own because, like, when you go to a hotel or something, I'm not paying that amount of money. Each to their own, but I just rather do it that way. You know, you can keep stones under your mattress and under your pillows. I do that too. I built a crystal grid on the property where I live. I have a buried black tourmaline, pink, which I can't remember the name of that stone right now. Anyway, I had that and organite. I have organite buried and black tourmaline and rose quartz. And I do a technique where I put 500,000, no, not 500,000. I put a organite pyramid, organite tektonite and moldavite pyramid over the points where they meet. And you don't have to do a crystal grid to do this. So basically, I just say in my morning thing, I put, we'll say 900 organite, tektite, and moldavite pyramids over my home to stop all and any negative energy from entering this white light space over my property. I started with my home, and now I say I put 900 organite, moldavite, and tektite pyramids on the property to stop all and any negative energies from entering my white light space, which took a lot to get that one out. Anyway, so, you know, if I'm missing anything, there's anything that you can think of, please just drop it in the comments so that other people can see it too. I'm so grateful to, be of service and be able to help people with these things, because not everybody knows where to go. And so please check out my website is free resources. Merlin's Numerology at gmail.com. I mean, of course, check out my fee. I have a fee-based and a free-based area in my website, and it's merlinsnumerology.com. If you have any questions, drop a comment, or, if this is on YouTube, drop a comment. Go to my Facebook page, which is Michelle Lilas Bilski. You can email me, merlinsnumerology at gmail.com. My YouTube channel, Merlin's Numerology by Michelle Lilas. Anyway, thank you very much, and you guys have a most beautiful day.